of JANAC Global Accreditation and the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Accreditation in Practice, Real Experiences, Real Impact. This is our culminating activity in observation of World Accreditation Day 2026. This year's theme, Innovation, Trust, and Sustainability, the Power of Accreditation, it invites us to consider a simple but important question. This is it. How do we know that what we trust is truly trustworthy? Whether it's a medical test result, an inspection that protects consumers, a product entering an export market, or an energy efficiency test that supports sustainable development, confidence does not happen by chance. It is built through competence, impartiality, and internationally recognized systems that assure quality and reliability. That is the power of accreditation. Today's webinar reflects the collaboration between JANAC Global Accreditation and the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, and our shared commitment to strengthening Jamaica's quality infrastructure and supporting economic growth and competitiveness. We're also pleased to recognize JANAC's over 70 accredited client entities operating across 11 CARICOM member states. Through their work, accreditation delivers tangible benefits to businesses, governments, communities, and consumers throughout our region. For those considering accreditation, today's discussion provides an opportunity to hear directly from accredited entities about their experiences, the lessons learned, and the value accreditation brings to their operations. Of course, to learn more about JANAC accredited organizations, access our directory of accredited conformity assessment bodies, or explore the internationally recognized accreditation services that JANAC provides, I invite you to visit our website at www.janac.gov.jm. We thank you for joining us this morning. We invite you to participate actively throughout the session. As is our custom, let us pause for prayer as we begin. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity together as we observe World Accreditation Day 2026. We ask for your guidance on today's proceedings, that our discussions may be meaningful and beneficial to all. Bless our speakers and participants as we share knowledge and experiences that promote quality, trust, and excellence in our products and services. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Friends, at this time, we are pleased to share a very special World Accreditation Day video message from the Chair of Global Accreditation Corporation Incorporated, Global ACI, the Chair Brahim Hula. While we wait on that video message to pop for us, Jovelie, we know, is doing her best to bring that through to us. All right, that is taking a while, so we will move to have that very important message shared with us. In the meantime, shall we ask you, Dr. Castell, to share with us the very special official welcome to all the participants online at this time. Dr. Castell, over to you.
Thank you very much, Marsha, and good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, colleagues, stakeholders, and participants, I welcome you. It is my privilege on behalf of JANAC Global Accreditation to welcome you to today's webinar under the theme Accreditation in Practice, Real Experiences, Real Impact. We are especially pleased to partner with the Bureau of Standards Jamaica to culminate Jamaica's observance of World Accreditation Day 2026. This year's global theme, Innovation, Trust, Sustainability, the Power of Accreditation, highlights the critical role that accreditation plays in building confidence in our products, services, and systems while enabling organizations to innovate and contribute to sustainable development. JANAC's vision is to provide internationally recognized services that transform quality infrastructures, facilitate global trade, and improves quality of lives. Our vision is not only achieved through our accreditation of laboratories, inspection bodies, and certification bodies, but also from our efforts to increase stakeholder awareness of the value of accreditation and actions to foster a culture of quality in Jamaica and beyond. The impact of accreditation is far-reaching. The activities of accredited conformity assessment bodies, such as our testing laboratories, inspection bodies, and certification bodies, help to ensure that the products and services that we depend on every day meet recognized standards of quality and safety. And that is why today's webinar is so important. Through the experiences of accredited organizations, we will move beyond the theory and explore how accreditation creates tangible value in practice. We will hear firsthand from representatives of accredited laboratories and an inspection body as they share how accreditation has enabled innovation, strengthened trust in their services, supported sustainability objectives, and enhanced operational performance. Their experiences will demonstrate the practical value of accreditation and its impact on businesses, communities, and the wider economy. I commend our speakers for their willingness to share their journeys and their insights. And I want to just thank all of our participants for joining us in this very important conversation. With those remarks, it is my pleasure to officially declare this webinar open. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and engaging session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Castell, for those insightful remarks. At this time, we'll just double back to the World Accreditation Day 2026 message from the Global ACI Chair, Brahim Hula.
This World Accreditation Day, we celebrate the vital role accreditation plays in enabling innovation, building trust, and supporting a more sustainable future. Accreditation is the independent evaluation of organizations like laboratories, inspection bodies, certification bodies, and other conformity assessment bodies, confirming their competence, impartiality, and reliability. That means governments, businesses, and consumers can have confidence in the certificates, reports, and statements they rely on. As technology evolves and sustainability expectations grow, progress needs proof. Accreditation helps ensure new solutions are reliable and that claims can be trusted and compared. This World Accreditation Day will recognize the people and organizations who make the confidence possible.
We certainly thank Brahim Hula, Global ACI Chair, for sharing that inspiring message and for highlighting the global value of accreditation in building confidence in the products and services we rely on every single day. Now it's time to hear from you participants. So this is a reminder. We participate using the hashtag WAD2026. So talk with me a little bit. When you hear the phrase accredited once, accepted everywhere, what is the first word or phrase that comes to mind? Please share your responses in the chat and let me see if I can pick those up. Accredited once, accepted everywhere. What comes to mind? That first word, that first phrase. I'm seeing words such as trust. Yes, Janak, that is correct. International acceptance, confidence, accuracy. Awesome. I'm loving that. Reliability, reassurance. We thank you so very much. Continue to share there in the chat and remember to use the hashtag WAD2026. As we move through today's discussions, let us listen for how those words that you have shared and are still sharing in the chat, I'm seeing conformity, trust, acceptance. Let us see how those come to life through real experiences. Now, one of the questions organizations considering accreditation often ask is this: where do we begin? And to help us answer that question, I am pleased to invite Ms. Kimberly Powell, the Accreditation Facilitation Officer at the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. She'll share the insights from Jamaica's National Accreditation Focal Point. Kimberly, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Indeed, it is a pleasure to see you all here today. All right, so as we wait to hear more about the fireside discussion where we hear about the real experiences and the real impact that accreditation has to offer, allow me to briefly introduce or to reintroduce to you the National Accreditation Focal Point of Jamaica. Now, the National Accreditation Focal Point of Jamaica is actually one of 15 across CARICOM, and it is housed here at the Bureau of Standard Jamaica. And it was birthed through the realization of CrossQ that whilst there are some organizations who may hear of accreditation, they may know of the benefits of accreditation, they oftentimes are not sure where to start. And that's where we come in. So we act as a link between you, the conformity assessment body, and our local accreditation or body, JANAC. All right. So our role includes a consultation. So we provide consultation services to you as well as technical support as you seek to implement the requirements of the particular accreditation standard that you're seeking to get accreditation to. The services that we provide include guidance in interpreting the requirements of the standard that you're seeking accreditation to. We also provide you with a management system templates and checklists, guidance in steps required to prepare for and to apply for accreditation. We provide you with gap analysis advisory, training needs assessment, because as you know, accreditation is competence-based, and one of the key ingredients in your test or your activity being accredited is ensuring that personnel are fully competent. And another service that we provide is coaching. Now, coaching encompasses essentially all of what I just said. Coaching in the sense that we work with you wherever you are, whatever stage you are in your implementation process, and we work until the point that you are ready for accreditation. Sounds like a mouthful, right? But the biggest part of all of this is the services provided through the National Accreditation Focal Point is 100% free of charge to you. All of these services, no cost, right? So I implore you to take this on because, I mean, what better deal can you really get? Now, the conformity assessment bodies that we work with include testing laboratories, calibration labs, and these labs will be seeking accreditation to ISO 17025. We also work with medical labs, and they get accredited to ISO 15189. Inspection bodies The applicable standard is ISO 17020, and we're currently working with a certification body seeking accreditation to ISO 17024, and that specifies the requirements for a certification body who will be accredited to certify persons. So I know that now you're interested, so let me tell you exactly how you become a client of the NAFPJA. So it's a pretty simple process. You indicate to us that you are interested to be registered. We do a formal enrollment. A needs assessment is then done to see exactly what your baseline is and compare to where you need to be. That will then guide the program that is proposed. We work with you to implement the program. At the end, we do a review, plan, do, check, act, right? And once the review is good, then finally recommendation is made for accreditation. We know that accreditation is, some persons say your visa, right? But for us, it is your passport. Once, we said it earlier, tested once, accepted everywhere. And so accreditation will bring you from Jamaica to the world. I am looking forward to hearing from you. So please feel free to reach out to me. Contact us by emailing nafpja@bsj.org.jm. Call the BSJ's lines. My extension is 3457. Tell them you want to speak with Miss Kimberly Powell to get assistance in implementing an accreditation standard. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I do hope you enjoy the remainder of the program.
Wonderful, Kimberly. But friends, I hope we heard it. At no cost to you, big thing that, at no cost to you from inception all the way through to accreditation. The national focal point of Jamaica will work with you. You heard it for yourself. Call through to Kimberly. She'll walk you through that process. Now, it is important to understand that the accreditation process contains, and so to help us understand that this morning, we have Mrs. Vanessa Bailey Higgins, who is the acting senior program coordinator here at JANAC Global Accreditation. She will walk us through the accreditation process. Vanessa.
Thank you so much, Marsha, and thank you for having me. Now, I'm going to take you through the accreditation process here at JANAC that will help for us to shape trust in global markets. All right. Now, about JANAC. JANAC is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investment, and Commerce, and it serves as the only internationally recognized accreditation body in the English-speaking Caribbean. Our role is to assess and formally recognize the competence of conformity assessment bodies, or if you hear me say CABs, right, such as the laboratories, the inspection bodies, and the certification bodies. We are a signatory of the International Mutual Recognition Arrangement for 5 accreditation scopes to include medical laboratories, testing laboratories, calibration labs, inspection bodies, and certification bodies. All right. And this helps to reduce technical barriers to trade and to facilitate market access for organizations across the globe. Now, we are also recognized by the United States Food and Drug Administration under both the FDA TPP as well as the FDA LAAF, LAF, which is the laboratory accreditation for the analysis of food. And for the TPP, we are recognized for 8 scopes. All right, so currently, JANAC serves organizations throughout 11 CARICOM member states, providing accreditation services to support quality, competence, and confidence in a wide range of sectors. So again, we have the testing labs and the calibration laboratories, and that goes with the standard ISO IC 17025. The medical laboratories to the ISO 15189 standard, the inspection bodies to the ISO IC 17020 standard, the certification bodies that we do accreditation to it is to the ISO IC 17021-1, the ISO IC 17065, as well as the ISO IC 17024 standards. We are also doing accreditation to CABs who are seeking accreditation for validation and verification, right, to the ISO IC 17029 standard. Also, again, we do provide training opportunities because we do play an important role in capacity building through our training programs, and they are designed to help organizations who have been accredited or are seeking accreditation to understand the international standards to help you to strengthen your management systems. So we're going to go through our accreditation process, right? It is designed to ensure that the organizations demonstrate competence and are able to stand and be recognized internationally for these standards. So the first step in our accreditation process is you reaching out to us for information, inquiring about our accreditation products, our accreditation services. And once you are ready for accreditation, you would submit an application. And once we receive that application from you, JANAC will conduct a document review, and this basically reviews your technical documentation as well as your management system to ensure alignment against the international standard that you are seeking accreditation for. Once the doc review process is completed and you have satisfactorily closed the gaps identified, we will proceed with an on-site initial assessment, right? And here is where we come on site, we assess your records, we look at the conformity assessment activities that you do. We do witnessing, we do vertical. So we are looking on how you are aligning to the international standard, meeting the requirements of the standard. And we're looking at the competence of your personnel, the equipment, the suitability of your facilities, and so forth, right? So once we have completed the on-site initial assessment and we have generated any findings identified, we will have the post-assessment verification. And here we will go through with you to ensure that you can satisfactorily close those findings, right, before a decision on accreditation can be made, right? So once the decision is done by the Accreditation Evaluation Committee, they will review the assessment activity records, the reports, the findings, and how you satisfactorily close them out. And they will make the decision on accreditation. And after that, you will be issued your accreditation award. So you'll be given your lovely certificate in a frame, your license agreement, as well as the scope for which you have been recognized for or accredited for. And just to let you know that it doesn't just stop at the on-site assessment. We maintain a 4-year accreditation cycle. So every year, once you have received accreditation, we will come in and review, do an interim assessment, and review your management system to ensure that you are conforming to the requirements of those standards. All right. And on the 4th year, we will do a reassessment exercise. So before you begin your accreditation journey, it's important that you know these things. So accreditation can be completed in 4 months, and it is subjected to how quickly you can close out the findings, right? With the submission of your application form, you are required to pay the applicable application fee, which is currently $1,000. And if you're interested, you can send an email to servicerequest@janoc.gov.gm. If you don't think that you are ready for the full-fledged accreditation service, we do offer pre-assessments to CABs who are seeking readiness for accreditation. And of course, accreditation, it does come with a cost, but the cost varies as it depends on the size of the scope and the assessment activities that we will be looking at. All right. So thank you for paying attention. And if you're interested, again, you can reach out to us at servicerequest@janoc.gov.jm, or you can call us. You can also follow our social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, formerly, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you.
So there you have it. You've been walked through the process. You have coaching at no cost to you that will take you all the way up to accreditation. And now, friends, the moment we have been waiting for. Throughout this morning session, we explored the support available to organizations pursuing accreditation. We got insight into the accreditation process itself. We now shift from the process to experience, from understanding accreditation to hearing how it works in practice. To lead us through that conversation, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Casita Green, Director of Strategic Planning, Business Development, and Promotions here at JANAC Global Accreditation. Casita, it's over to you. Fire us up.
Yes, Marsha, I love it. And I'm really excited to see 108 devices that are connected, having joined this webinar. Thank you so much. I'm more than excited, to tell you the truth. I've been counting down to this very day and this moment where we will hear of accreditation in practice, real experiences, real impact. We will hear from JANAC accredited laboratories and an inspection body. We're looking at those in Jamaica for this webinar, but as you heard from Marsha, we have over 70 client entities. So this is only the first stop. Right? And we're going to be hearing how accredited testing and inspection services are keeping consumers like you and I safe. They are ensuring that there is fair trade, and they are also supporting business competitiveness. So with me today, and you will see on screen, I'm inviting all our speakers to come on screen. We have Andrea Orelu, Tracy and Elliott, Clive Harris, and Crystal Campbell, and I will introduce them to you. Key experts. I'm so excited. I'm going to try and contain myself. So Andrea Orlu has been Laboratory Quality Assurance Coordinator at the National Laboratory Services since 2016, encompassing not only the National Public Health Laboratory, the National Blood Transfusion Service, and the Environmental Health Laboratory, but also all public sector hospital and health center laboratories and rapid HIV syphilis testing sites. Andrea has extensive training in the ISO 9001, ISO 15189, ISO 15190, and ISO IEC 17025 standards. She is a trained and certified ISO 9001 lead assessor from the Professional Evaluation and Certification Board in Canada through the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, and a certified technical assessor with JANAC. Has to, of course, be with the best. We also have with us Tracy and Elliott, who is serving as Interim Chief Executive Officer of the National Compliance and Regulatory Authority, where she provides leadership for the NCRA's regulatory, inspection, and quality management functions, including oversight of its ISO IEC 17020 accreditation program. An ISO 9001 practitioner and internal auditor, she successfully led her previous organization to ISO 9001 2015 certification. And of course, that's done through the National Certification Body of Jamaica, and is also an ISO IEC 17025 technical and lead assessor with JANAC, with nearly 2 decades of assessment experience. With over 20 years in regulatory oversight, quality infrastructure, and conformity assessment, she brings practical insights into the application and impact of internationally recognized standards. Do you see why I've been so excited to have these persons with us? Hear more. So now I speak of Crystal Campbell. senior metrologist at the BSJ National Metrology Institute with extensive experience in measurement science, calibration, and quality management systems. In this role, she is responsible for maintaining measurement traceability, ensuring compliance with international standards, and supporting the development and implementation of metrological services that enhance confidence in measurement results. With a strong commitment to technical excellence and continuous improvement, Ms. Campbell has contributed to laboratory accreditation activities, proficiency testing programs, method validation, and the advancement of national measurement capabilities. And our fourth participant in this fireside chat is the only male, but I will not at all call him the thorn among the roses. He is the king among queens. And I speak of Clive Harris, Group Technical Manager at Rainforest Seafoods Limited. In his role, he oversees their ISO IEC 17025 accredited laboratory, product development, and food safety and quality systems. He holds a Master of Science degree in food production management from the University of Nottingham, as well as several technical trainings in quality systems standards such as ISO 9001 and ISO IEC 17025. And Clive is also a part of JANAC's family. So welcome to all speakers. I'm seeing you and inviting you now to have your microphones ready. I think I lost Lady Orlu, not seeing her. Marsha, check on that for me. But we're starting with Clive. So I did some reading, Clive, and Theodore Levitt, who is known to be a great economist and experienced marketer, of course, not living now, but he was famous for making the quote, creativity is thinking up new things, innovation is doing new things. So Rainforest Seafoods it's known. It's a company that is known for innovating its product suite. And we want you to share with us how your microbiology laboratory that's accredited by JANAC has supported the company to introduce new products to the domestic and global markets confidently.
Okay. Morning, everyone. So, as our moderator said, Rainforest, we have a large suite of products and we keep introducing new products. So, our lab, it's very crucial for validation of product safety as well as product shelf life when we're doing product development. So, if there's any changes to the process itself, if there's any changes to raw materials, or we're just reformulating, the lab allows us to do rapid trials and testing to assure that the products will be safe coming to the market. And again, that confidence is behind it because we are accredited. Likewise, in general, it reduces the time to get product to market. So after manufacturing and we finish the innovation and development, the testing is important before we could actually put it on the shelf. So our regulators, our customers, our consumers, they have to be confident in what is on the shelf. So it allows us to pass that barrier to trade. And the same thing exists for export market as well, because it's a large barrier for us as a manufacturer. One of the key things they ask for when you're exporting is this product tested? The regulators need to generate health certificates. Our customers, they also need to get their certificate of analysis, which is the test reports. So us being able to have this accreditation behind our name allows them to have confidence in our results. And it also minimizes the cost of retesting, because if we didn't, then we would have had to test in-house to release those products, as well as test externally to facilitate trade in their market.
Very interesting, Clive. Tell us though, what was it that prompted Rainforest Seafoods Limited, which is the one of two manufacturing companies in Jamaica and only one of two in Jamaica's in JANAC's accredited client portfolio, to consider pursuing the path to accreditation? What was it that was driving that impetus?
Right. So I know in Jamaica, it's very unusual to see manufacturers with accredited labs. But for us, based on the products that we manufacture, the contracts that we bid for, the proprietary brands, and the volume that we manufacture, it was a strategic move to get products quicker to market, right? So sometimes when you do those external testing, it might take a bit longer. So the customers will be waiting a bit longer. If there's anything wrong, we'll pick it up too late to correct it. So in order to get products quicker to market, we decided to pursue this investment. And it also comes with a reduction in cost of testing based on everything that we have to test. Because sometimes we're not just testing products, we're also testing water, we're testing surfaces. It's a myriad of tests that goes into giving customers a product that is safe and of good quality. So that was really our reason.
So strategic, it was a part of the strategic plan, also something that is reducing business costs
Yes,
and increasing the efficiency with which you're able to move through your processes. We're staying
indeed.
a little while longer, Clive, on the pillar of innovation, which is one of three that we're looking at for AAD 2026 theme: innovation, sustainability, and trust. And we're talking with you on the topic innovation. Some will say that innovation involves change and risk. How has accreditation helped Rainforest Seafoods Microbiology Lab in managing risks while pursuing innovation and growth?
And so risks are inevitable, but thanks to accreditation and, of course, certification as well, they have promoted a risk-based thinking and a proactive approach in how we operate on a day-to-day basis. So we live what we have documented in our quality management system, and these supports our accreditation status. So in order to maintain that same level of competence, technical validity of results, and customer confidence, whenever there's a change, whether new test methods, new equipment, new processes, new product, we go through and do our verification and validation before anything is fully adopted into our operation. So from the get, the risk will always be there, but based on our thinking and how we approach new introductions or changes to the operation, it is built in. So that's how we control that on our day-to-day basis. So we'll have risk assessment meetings, we'll have follow-up meetings if something happens immediately, if we get a customer complaint and we need to reassess. Those are parts of what we say a risk-based approach is taken to just deal with everything from a root cause perspective and ensure that we verify and validate in order to maintain that same level of confidence in our results and our product.
Sounds amazing, Clive. You caught my attention when you spoke of your risk assessment meetings. Who are some of the persons that participate in those meetings? Is it just the senior level management, or do you have all the lab team coming as part of that too?
Right. So the lab team, all of us are part of that. So in those specific risk assessment meetings, we're dealing with risk that, our risk register, are controls still valid? Are they up to date? Do we need to do anything else? And then, is there any new risk
Yes.
based on your own research observation that we need to control? And then
Yes.
operations wise, we had other persons as well on the other side of operation, department managers, key players in departments, etc., who are also a part of these risk assessment to generate food safety plans and process flows, etc. So key persons must be a part of those risk assessment in order
That's
for them to
right.
be effective.
That's right. We're hearing, friends, a culture of quality that is coming forward based on what the responses have been shared so far by Clive, Rainforest Seafoods Limited Microbiology Laboratory. Thank you so much, Clive. I want to bring Crystal into the conversation as we're now looking at sustainability and energy efficiency. Did you know that the BSJ has an energy efficiency lab that's accredited to the ISO IC 17025 standard? The only one that is accredited in CARICOM for that particular scope. So we want to really commend our national standards body for taking that lead. So Crystal, how
Hello.
has accreditation helped the laboratory support sustainability and energy efficiency efforts in Jamaica?
Okay. Hello, everyone. So, in terms of the accredited energy efficiency testings that we do here at the BSJ, it has helped the entire island in terms of how we think about the manufacturers, the kind of products that you're getting from your manufacturers, if the labeling that's on it is saying exactly what the devices are producing. So in long term, we're talking about reliability of the data that you're getting, and also it's that we're talking about just how these businesses reduce energy consumption by using these products. And one of the ways that we can ensure that these products are doing or we're getting value for our money from our international providers, because as you know, most of our products we get in from other countries. We have to do energy efficiency testing. And so by doing energy efficient testing, we are ensuring reliability of the data. We are ensuring that business reduce energy consumption, and we are also ensuring that we're just getting quality for money, and ensuring that we are meeting our sustainability and energy efficiency objectives as a country.
Could you share with us, Crystal, what are some examples of
Some of
these
the examples
products?
of these
Yes.
products are like,
Yes.
for example, we have our fridge testings.
Okay.
We know that we've seen a lot of products that say that okay, you can save up to 60% on your energy bills. But how do you know that you're actually saving 60% on your energy bills if this product was never tested? So hence, we have our energy efficiency lab that tests the product. It goes through a destructive test. So the companies actually have to send a sample fridge, sorry, and we test those fridge, and we tell you, okay, based on the test, you are providing this results, and it matches whatever is on the manufacturer label. There's a listing
Okay.
of things that pass or fail these tests. And this is how we ensure that the energy efficiency that is being claimed by manufacturers outside of Jamaica is actually what we are getting here in Jamaica.
That listing, I think maybe everybody ears went up. Where can we find
Right.
this listing, Crystal? Because let me tell you, we have to be watching the light bills. We have to be watching our
Right.
energy
So
use.
there are listing for products that's done by the regulatory body, the NCRA. You know, there's a separation between the BSJ and NCRA. So the
Yes.
listing would be held by NCRA.
Okay.
We do not collect per se the devices, that's the regulator arm, but we do the testing of these devices.
Love it. Love it. And aren't we so fortunate to have the NCRA with us? We're going to talk to Tracy a little later too. Thank you so much for that, Crystal. And how is it that the accredited energy efficiency testing is contributing to more sustainable buildings and business practices?
Well, as you as you already know, if we're doing these types of testing, in terms of the building and the structure, in terms of the type of devices that you use in these buildings, uh, you'd over time you would want to ensure that you're reducing the cost, because as you know, the cost for energy is going up,
Yes.
right? Um, and one of the things is that we need to invest more in innovative technologies that can
Yes.
ensure that we are reducing the amount of energy consumption over time. So with these energy efficiency testing, what we are doing is we are ensuring that the measurement, the accuracy, the measurement of the data that we're getting, the products that we're buying, the products that we are investing in, can provide that kind of sustainability and energy efficiency that would reduce our overall energy footprint in Jamaica. So it's process efficiency. It's you making also the testing ensures that you make informed decision,
Yes.
because without these types of tests, without these types of products that allows you to make informed decisions, you may make a decision that will in the end cost you more. So you have to think about What am I buying? Is it value for money? Has it been tested? And if it's not been tested, how do you really know if this is the product that you need? Or if this is if this product is giving you what you want? So
Yes,
yeah,
yes. Are we getting value for money? It's
right.
always
Are
going
we
to be top
getting
of mind for businesses, for
right?
consumers, right, Crystal?
Right.
Yes. And as you touched on sustainable development, we have sustainable development goals and environmental objectives. So what role does the accredited energy efficiency testing play in supporting Jamaica's achievement of those objectives and goals?
So yes, okay.
Sure. Because certainly, Crystal, with the BSJ being the national standards body and having this accredited lab, there is an alignment with how you're supporting our environmental objectives.
Correct. That is true.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the goals,
Yes.
how we in the accredited lab plays a role in supporting that.
Mm-hmm.
It's as I've been saying before, it's the energy conservation initiative,
Mm-hmm.
the environmental protection efforts, all of this comes through testing. And in order for us to test, we have to ensure that we are meeting international standards,
Yes.
right? So we have to make sure that our labs are comparable with international labs, hence accreditation, in
Mm-hmm.
order for us to be to get that third party verification that okay, we are performing as we should. We have to go through accreditation processes or peer review processes. That is something that NMIs can also do, right?
Yes.
To get that confidence that people can say that okay, this laboratory or the BSJ, the NMI, which is basically the the backbone for metrology in Jamaica and testing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are operating at an international level. And that is what persons are looking for. That's type of confidence that we need in Jamaica, right? In and this in terms of energy efficiency testing laboratories, um, it helps us to have competence, to have reliable data,
Mm-hmm.
and to build confidence and trust from the customers, right?
Yes. Yes. Thank you
And
so much, Crystal.
yes, so
This, this
this helps
Mhm.
in our energy sustainability and efficiency. So
Mhm. Well said, Crystal. Well said. And we can appreciate the work that's being done by the National Metrology Institute, ensuring that when we use equipment, instruments, that we're getting accurate measurements as well, which is always very important for us. So we're moving on now to healthcare. Thank you, Crystal.
yeah,
Lady Orilu, open your microphone and have us be ready for us. We would like to talk to you about trust in healthcare. That's the other pillar that we're looking at. We understand that as a medical testing laboratory in Jamaica, small island state, so we're all going to have resource constraints, right? How is it that the National Public Health Laboratory is delivering timely and accurate results while consistently meeting all the international accreditation requirements that exist amidst the pressures that you come under every day?
Well, it's a juggling act, really. We have uh, about 20 labs under our umbrella, and
Mm,
we have to be making sure that we have all our contingencies in place. We provide the adequate resources. We're looking at all the risks, and we have to focus on our clients.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. And the work that you're doing also from that medical testing, it is critical for our national surveillance and health management of security threats. So can you give us an example of how the lab's test data has impacted public health decision making and interventions from government of Jamaica standpoint?
Well, as the National Reference Lab, we play a very significant role. We have so, especially recent times with COVID, where we had 3 labs testing round the clock to keep up with the demand. Our data that we produce, because we do not just COVID, we also do STIs, TB, dengue, Zika, chickpea, or a pooch. That's the latest one. We have Mayaro virus, yellow fever, monkeypox that you may have heard of. Right. It came right on the heels of COVID, and also the leptospirosis that it came from Melissa. So all of our testing data, the ministry has we have a system where we submit our results on a weekly basis, and so they can use this now to predict or to detect any possibility of outbreaks and stuff.
My word. There was one that you called. It started with M. My something. What was that one?
Mayaro. It's one of those new and emerging viruses.
Oh, something that we need to be
Not
alert?
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right. Well, we're trusting you because we know that you will give us the reliable data. And certainly when you speak of round the clock, people, let us understand, 24/7 is what you're saying?
Yes.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
24/7, 365. Sometimes 366 on the leap year.
Oh my word. We thank you and your team, Lady Orlu, for all that you are doing to keep us all safe. The other day, you and I were talking about what is happening from a cyber attack issue. And, in 2025, Fortinet had reported that the English-speaking Caribbean experienced 325 million cyber attack attempts. And in Jamaica, we had just about 46 million of those attempts. So in an era of growing cyber risks, how does your lab safeguard patient confidentiality, data integrity, and trust in the digital systems that you're using?
Oh, well, our approach has been multi-pronged, and it's coming down from the ministry that has their data protection policy, which we have integrated in our QMS.
Okay.
Then,
and when you say ministry, because we have a regional
and
audience. Yes.
Yes, Ministry of Health and Wellness. Right. And then their IT unit is responsible for our IT here. So they safeguard our LIS and the network and the digital systems. They have firewalls, secure VPNs, there's restricted access, antivirus system. They have backup on-site as well as off-site. And they have plans for cybersecurity training for the staff. They're going to be stronger password policies and multi-factor authentication. They're doing myriad of things to secure the ministry's data and ours as well.
Yes, certainly it sounds as though the lab in partnership with its portfolio ministry, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, is building resilience in your digital systems. And that's really critical, isn't it?
It is. And we don't stop there, Upon employment, all the staff have to sign confidentiality agreements, and visitors, be they students, contractors, auditors, JANAC auditors can attest that they have to sign confidentiality agreements as well. And we have policies in place where the staff must secure their workstation, must always log out so that nobody else can go in under their login and make some nefarious changes,
Yes.
And so we have to safeguard against that. And we also have limited access based on your need to know. So you only have access to the data just enough for you to do your job effectively.
Right, right. And if you were just to share, what is it that, from your perspective, we would need to have implemented to transform the future of patient care and public health outcomes for Jamaica?
Well,
First of all, labs cannot just continue to be relying on good lab practice. Those days are gone. Accreditation is the thing now. So I would recommend that all labs work towards that, some kind of, as someone said earlier, the third party recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you can always say you're good, but having that document that says, yes, you are good, that's what we all need to work towards now.
Well, you see, I'm happy when our clients can say it because we know you've been working through the system through and through. And the truth is, if I say that I am good and I have no one to back me up,
there you go.
Then, it does leave room
That's
for
right. So that
question.
little paper, that
That's
little
right.
greenish yellowish certificate,
That's
that
right.
years of hard work to get that little paper, but it's, as they say, it's your passport to the world.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
Lady Orlu, for sharing with us from Trust in Healthcare. And finally, we're going to talk to Tracy Ann Elliott, Interim CEO at the National Compliance and Regulatory Authority. Tracy, inspection. So I want you to tell us, how is it that the NCRA's accredited inspection activities are protecting consumers, including yourself, and ensuring fairness at the fuel stations? I've been really bawling about the prices. Or in markets, we want to know that we're not being shortchanged. How is it that your inspection services are helping us where that is concerned?
Right. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for having the NCRA presenting on this platform this morning. I often say that accreditation is really about trust. Consumers often do not see or inspect us at work, but they experience the benefits every single day. So when someone purchases fuel, a measured quantity, they expect to receive exactly what they've paid for or accredited inspection program. It provides assurance to the consuming public that fuel dispensers and the weighing instruments or measuring devices used for trade that they are functioning accurately and fairly. When accreditation what accreditation does is that it provides or confirms confidence in the market space. It provides assurance that inspection activities are carried out in an impartial manner by technically competent persons, and they are carried out in accordance with internationally accepted methods. So, in practical terms, it means that consumers can have confidence that the measurements, whether at the pump or in the supermarket, that they are accurate and that businesses are continue to operate in a fair and competitive environment.
So when you say measurement instruments, Tracy, we're talking about the scales in the supermarkets.
Yes, we talking about the scales, we're talking about the nozzles that are used at the fuel pump. So all of those devices, the NCRA does verification of these to assure the public that they get what they pay for.
So when I go to the gas station, Tracy, what am I looking for as a driver pulling up to the pump? How do I know that NCRA stopped by this place?
So we invite our consuming public to look for those orange stickers that has the label NCRA at the top of them. You also look for a little hole that indicates the period that is covered, or when was the last time our inspectors would have walked to that pump and would have done some verification activity.
Wow. I know that there are persons who are on this platform who didn't even know to look for these things, but well, we're now being informed. Tracy, there is a local news article that reported in 2024 that over 44,000 units of non-compliant products were detained in Jamaica due to breaches of compulsory standard specifications. So in 2026, what are you seeing at the NCRA as the most common compliance failures that have been detected and how are they being addressed?
I like to highlight that one of the strengths of having an accredited inspection system is the ability to identify non-conformities in a consistent and objective manner. What we have recognized throughout the years is that with the constant visibility of our inspectors in the market space, that persons are becoming more aware of the compulsory standards and the specifications thereof, and they are more compliant. And so in 2026, some of the more common issues that we encounter would be labeling deficiencies, products failing to meet compulsory standards requirements once testing is conducted, and some inadequacy in terms of the tracing information of these products. When we see when we see these issues are identified, our approach is simply not to enforce for enforcement's sake. We seek first to ensure that the consumers are protected, certainly, and that businesses have an understanding of what is required in order for them to be compliant. And so, depending on the nature and the severity of the issues, products may be detained, corrective actions applied, and enforcement measures taken. So, from an accreditation perspective, every decision that the NCRA takes are evidence-based, documented, and well defensible.
Sounds excellent. Can you give us examples, Tracy, of some of those products that you've been referring to?
Oh, most definitely. So we operate 3 inspectorates within the NCRA: the Import and Domestic Commodities Inspectorate, where we look at products that are being imported. We look at products in the domestic trade, of course, that are subject to compulsory standards, requirements of compulsory standards. We have the Food Safety Inspectorate, where we assess our food processing manufacturers, and we issue its registration certificates. We also have the Legal Metrology and Petroleum Inspectorate, where we look at the petroleum sector, as well as we look at the measurement or the verification of measurement devices. And so we look at a wide cross section. So whether it's food, it's rice, it's milk. In the petroleum sector, we look at different types of petrol. We look at propane cylinders. We look at just about everything. I like to say, from a pin to an anchor, the NCRA covers a wide gamut of products within the Jamaican market.
We are so happy to have the team, hardworking inspectors at the NCRA that's checking the food and checking everything that you just mentioned. So NCRA, like JANAC, we fall under the portfolio of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce that is led by Senator the Honorable Aubin Hill. And one of Minister's sermons, I'll call it informally, is that in order for us as a small island state to become wealthy, to become prosperous, we have to export. And it's critical for us to move towards economic growth. So can you say to us now, Tracy, how is it that the NCRA's accredited inspections improve the export readiness of locally produced goods?
Accreditation for the NCRA plays an important role, and we recognize the role that it plays in Jamaica's trade and economic development. International markets, increasingly, they expect evidence that the products are manufactured, inspected, and controlled under a robust management system. Now, the NCRA, being an ISO 17020 accredited inspection body, assures that we are doing just that. We are inspecting these locations. We look at the quality of the products coming out. So we look at the full gamut of from the commencement of production to the end product. When inspections are performed by our ISO IC accredited body, it carries a level of confidence that is recognized globally. For the Jamaican manufacturers, this means greater credibility when engaging overseas buyers and regulators. Or inspection activities helps to verify compliance. with regulatory standards requirements, or regulatory or inspection activities strengthen traceability systems and encourage the adoption of internationally recognized quality practices. As someone who has worked with different accreditation systems, I can say that accreditation creates an ecosystem of confidence. And so that is the work that the NCRA is doing. We are engendering an ecosystem of confidence based on the work that we do and based on where we sit within this Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
I love that phrase. We're going to steal it. Thank God we're in the same ministry family. An ecosystem of confidence. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Tracy. And right throughout, we've been hearing the mention of confidence. We've been hearing about accreditation, strengthening the systems. We've heard about how it has helped the organizations to move towards a risk-based approach and integrate it all throughout. Well, we all good things and all great things, you see, they come to an end. And it makes me really sad. But as I said to you, this is just one of the first conversations that we're having. I'm going to open the floor for persons who have, sorry, right. I'm going to open the floor for our audience to pose any questions that came to mind as they listened to the conversation. You can type it in the chat. You can simply raise your hand and we'll acknowledge you. And of course, it's not only questions that I'm inviting your commendations as well, because the experts, they really did a phenomenal job in talking to us about accreditation in practice. Any questions on the floor? Thank you all so much. An ecosystem of confidence. Yes, we have to hashtag that one, ecosystem of confidence. Any questions on the floor? Or it sounds like it was crystal clear. Well, we see the applauses going up.
Casita,
Thank you.
might I add just one quick thing?
Go ahead.
I just want to leave a simple advice to our listeners that do not pursue accreditation solely to obtain a certificate. Our experiences at the NCRA has shown that accreditation drives better governance, better decision making, stronger accountability, and improved stakeholder confidence. Just that one line.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Tracy. And any parting words from Crystal, Andrea, or Clive? Any parting words that you would like to share with the audience, those who are listening to this discussion today? Any biggest lessons that you've learned from accreditation or advice that you'd like to share?
I mean, from me, I think Tracy had said it best, but to add to that, it just feels good when we're competing on the global stage and we're all looked at through the same lens. So it's not a big win just for the company, but for Jamaica on a whole. So the accreditation is no small thing. It's a big deal.
Accreditation is a big deal. Let's put that in the chat as well. You
Yeah.
hear them dropping the nuggets? And you're so right, Clive. Yes. Crystal, Andrea, accreditation is a big deal.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to say that accreditation, as has been echoed from the other members here, is not just a destination, it's an ongoing commitment. So, as said before, if you're not committed to the process, and it's not just commitment once, it's commitment all the time, and to that commitment is what's going to bring you through to your goals. And quality is not just it's not just a job. I was told this before, it's not just a job, it's a lifestyle. And so yes, that would be my words of motivation.
Quality is a lifestyle.
Quality is a lifestyle, not a job. Not just a job, it's a lifestyle.
Love
Yes.
that.
Yes, Crystal, I agree with you.
Indeed.
It changes the whole culture of your lab or your organization for the better. It does.
Yes. Well, there we have it. I did not coach anyone to say a thing. They all spoke as how they see it, but most importantly, as how they experience it. You see, today in this webinar, when we conceptualized having this conversation, we wanted to ensure that at the end of this webinar, persons were able to appreciate accreditation, not simply as a technical matter, one that evades understanding, something that just goes right above our heads and we don't appreciate the vital role that our accredited laboratories or accredited inspection and certification bodies are playing every single day. You heard it 24/7, providing assurance that the products and services that we are utilizing day by day, that we or friends or family or community members, everybody using day by day, are safe. We wanted to share with you practical real world experiences, and I believe that the experts that we spoke with this morning did a phenomenal job in doing that. And we thank you all so much for taking the time from your schedules and the accreditation work within your entities to come and speak with us. We are very appreciative and thank you all. Are there any questions? I'm not seeing any, Marshall.
No, I'm not
No,
seeing any in the
just
chat.
commendations.
Commendations. That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
yes. Over to you, Marcia. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Casita, and the persons who were on the fireside. I promise you, on this side, we really felt warm. Thank you so very much for your contributions. As we conclude today's webinar, we heard the compelling examples of how accreditation creates value in practice. We learned that accreditation is more than a technical exercise. It is more than a certificate. We learned about how it being a lifestyle, a choice we make. It's a powerful mechanism for building confidence in products and services, enabling innovation, supporting sustainable development, protecting consumers, and facilitating trade. The experiences shared demonstrate that accreditation delivers. It delivers the benefits to the organization, to governments, communities, and consumers. I listened, I heard each of you. On behalf of JANAC Global Accreditation and the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, I extend sincere thanks to our speakers, panelists, participants, the organizing team for making today's event possible. Special thanks to our accredited conformity assessment bodies whose commitment to competence and quality continues to strengthen trust across Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. We encourage those who are not yet accredited to continue the conversation with us. You now know where to find help to get the work done. Reach out to Kimberly, reach out to us here at JANAC, and together we will get you accredited. We will get this done. We'll have the lifestyle. We'll reap the benefits. We invite you. We put the contact information in the chat again for you. It is there. Reach out to us. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for celebrating World Accreditation Day 2026 with us. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Ever blessing.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Wonderful,
Bye, everyone.
wonderful.